Hey guys, what's up? This is Doctorian, and today it's time to take another look at some artifact weapons, and today the turn is for the Holy Paladin. So, before I start, a couple of things. I'm not fully recovered yet, so if I butcher up any artifact talent names, or if my English is not spot on, I have a condition. I made a video about it yesterday. I'm not going over it right now. That video is a once in a lifetime kind of thing, and but I'm not fully recovered yet. But I want to continue with the series because there's so much different Legion stuff to talk about. So I want to get this done. So I'm trying to get the Holy Paladin done today. Furthermore, this is not a guide on how to spec. Not how to spec if you have an alpha or beta key. Not a guide on how to spec if Legion goes live. This is just a fun way, a goofy way to take a look at the talents we're going to get with our artifact weapons. Now, another thing I want to mention is keep in mind that everything is subject to change. The game is still in beta. These abilities could change. Some things are not even finished yet, like the Pro Paladin. There's no artifact data on yet. And Blizzard still said there is still stuff that is going to change with these artifact talents. So don't hold on to them. Don't lose your mind over anything, because everything is it's right in the open right now. So don't worry too much about it. Furthermore, I apologize for ad choices being in here. It's a complete shitty icon, which only is appearing on this website for me, and I can't remove it out of my screen. I tried on a million times, a million different ways. I can't get it done. There's a little fucker over here. If you didn't see it, it's blocking. It's right in the middle of the video. It's annoying me really, really bad, and I'm trying to get rid of it. I can't. Must be me. I don't know. It wasn't there. It wasn't here before on my other videos, if I'm correct. But yeah. Another thing I want to say is that I did the other classes, Death Knight, Demon Hunter, Druid Hunter, Mage and Monk already, but things changed. So those videos are in big lines still viable, but some talents got removed and some talents got changed. So you want to check over those talents maybe for yourself to see what has changed. Now, enough talk, let's start, because we're 2.5 minutes in already. So we're going to start off with the Holy Paladin, then we're going Protection, and then we're not going Protection at all because LOL's no artifact data yet, and then we're going Retribution. So Holy and Retribution in this video today. So this artifact weapon, what does it do for us? Well, when we equip it, we get the following effect. Equip. When you use Holy Shock, the silver hand has a chance to create a column of pure light for 10 seconds, increasing your damage and healing by 3% each second you stand in it. So at the end of it, on the last second, you do 30% more healing and more damage. 15% of all damage or healing done while in this column of light will be added onto your next Holy Shock. So it also improves your Holy Shock by 15% of all damage and healing done while this is up. Now, this already would be really cool visual spell animation. I hope they make a big animation on this, a big pillar of light, and with not only a big golden pillar, that's not enough. Let's hope it has some sigils floating in the air around the pillar, and maybe a copy of the artifact weapon, of the silver hand. That would be really cool, you know, or magic on the outside of the edge of this pillar, swirling around. Something like that would be really amazing. So let's hope they will put in a nice visual. So how this video is going to work is I'm starting with the golden border talent, because that's the talent we have to choose, and in this case it's the same as the artifact equip effect, which is not always the same. Keep that in mind. As you can see, this is exactly the same thing we just talked about. These could be different. Artifact equip effects and the first talent is not always the same thing. So I want to give that off my chest. So there we go. We're going to choose for Light Burst. And how these videos are working, since this is not a guide, I just want to have a fun look at the talents, is I'm picking a number 1, a number 2, and a number 3 elite talent. And I'm just setting a route to get as quickly to number 1, then move as quickly to number 2, and then go as quickly as possible to number 3. So once again, no guide, no guidelines, no whatever, just a fun way to look at talents. So, moving on, we have chosen our first talent, Light Burst, which is exactly the same thing as the equip effect we just talked about, and now I need to check for an elite talent. Which one do I want to unlock first to set up my route? So over here we have Boon of the Silver Hand. When you activate Avenging Wrath, the wing cooldown, if you don't play a Paladin or whatever, it's you can recognize Avenging Wrath if I'm correctly, and you guys can correct me when I'm wrong. It's when a Paladin pops his wings, basically. So when you activate Avenging Wrath, an image of the Silver Hand will drop from the sky, releasing orbs of light that will heal all allies it hits. That's pretty cool, okay? And I don't want to be this small hand, okay, Bliss? Make this Silver Hand. I know it's the logo of the and it's in the Paladin class order holes in Legion, if I'm correct. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but let's hope it's it says an image of the Silver Hand. I would like it to be a huge silver fist that comes smashing down, come crashing down from the heaven. So you see this silver fist and a silver wrist, and then out of that wrist we have holy flame coming, like a silver-handed meteorite coming crashing down to help you out healing. That would be cool as hell. So let's hope it's going to be a really cool animation. So yeah, sounds really cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Before I move on, by the way, I did not play Holy Paladin since Fireland, so I have actually no clue about Holy Paladins on the moment. Please forgive me if I screw something up. I just want to say that. Holy Paladin gold medal. Something cool. Okay, I got it. This is what I want to... I know the animation for this. It's alright. Something cool. Okay, I know something cool. First of all, yeah, the moment you choose this talent and when you use the Holy Paladin gold medal ability in-game, yeah, we want to have the national flag of our country. We want to hear the national music from our country. You know, when an athlete gold medalist, an athlete wins a gold medal, he always play the national music from the country. We want to hear that in the background. And furthermore, I want Chris Madsen to appear into wherever you are, outdoors or in a raid boss or in a dungeon, and he walks up to you and puts a gold medal around your neck. That's what I want to see. And fireworks. And I want to see fireworks. So, flag... Oh, I'm just hitting my mic. I'm so excited. I want to see a flag from the player's country. I want to hear his national music. I want to see fireworks. And I want to see Chris Madsen spawn in game to give that Holy Paladin his gold medal. That's what I want. Yeah? Give me that. Now, with all jokes aside, it's still not finished. Still needs to get a talent. But they're saying something cool. You're setting the bar pretty high, Blizzard. You're saying something cool. Now you have to live up to it. So, yeah. Let's go over here to see what this elite talent brings us. Protection of Tear. Aura Mastery now causes Aura of Mercy, Devotion Aura, and Aura of the Light to be active for its duration. Okay, so we get all auras when we're using Protection of Tear. That's okay. What I would like to see is that when you use Protection of Tear, that you see all the other auras activate as well, and that maybe the Paladin can become slightly bigger. You see all the auras going off. You know that Paladin is popping his Protection of Tear. You know everything. He popped all his auras, and as a player, you know what that does for you. Usually, it gives something into you for you in advance, something you can take advantage of. So that would be really cool if you see that Paladin become bigger. You see all these auras activating at the same time. That would be really cool. To be honest, I want to start with Boon of the Silver Hand. Sounds the most cool so far. So I want to take this talent, of course, otherwise we can't move at all. Shock Treatment. And now this name is a little bit iffy, Bliss. It's a little bit over the top here. Because for the people who don't know, back in the 1930s and 1940s and even way back further, when people had a mental disease, like schizophrenia or anything else, or depression or whatever, they would strap that person, yeah, onto a bench and give him shock treatment. And shock treatment was to put electricity through his brains. And I mean not like little shocks. No, those were really big shocks. And they had actually to put a thing into the mouth of those patients. Otherwise they would bite off their own tongue by the amount of electricity going through their brain. So, I actually took a psychiatrist class back in school, so that's why I know that kind of shit. I don't have a graduate or a diploma in anything, but I just took it. I liked psychology back in the days, so I took some classes, but that's how I know. So I know about the shock treatments. I think it's a little bit of iffy name, but okay, let's just move on. Holy Shock critical strikes reduces the cooldown of Holy Shock by 1 second. That happens to those people. I know, I've seen the videos. So it stacks out 3 times, so Holy Shock critical strikes reduce the cooldown of Holy Shock by 3 seconds. That's 3 seconds off your cooldown. That's pretty decent. For an ability like Holy Shock, which is, if I'm correct, a steady thing in your rotation, that's okay. So we move over one more to the left. Blessings of the Silver Hand. Reduces the cooldown of your Blessing of Freedom, Protection and Sacrifice by 5%. Stacks out 3 times, so in total that's going to be 15% of the cooldown. 15% cooldown reduction on Blessing of Freedom, Protection and Sacrifice. That's pretty big, to be honest. That's nice. Really nice. Let's move on. We have Deliver the Light. Increases the healing of Holy Light and Flash of Light by 3%. So straight up healing increase. Okay. And a total of 10% when you stack it up 3 times. Then we move upwards. Aura of the Silver Hand. Allies within 10 yards have their haste increased by 5%. Wow, that's big. Okay. First of all, there are 2 things conflicting. Aura of the Silver Hand, it says 100 yard range and it says 10 yard range. So I think that's just a tooltip, kind of tooltip problem. But if allies within 10 yards have their haste increased by 5%, if that is going to stay like this, even though 10 yards is not much, I'm fully aware of this. But if possible, you want to stack up your range DPS on your Holy Paladin. 5% haste, and the question is this a cooldown? Or is this a passive ability, yeah, that is on the entire time? Because if it's an aura, so it should be on the entire time. That means you can buff out your entire range DPS and your other healers, of course, to get their haste increased by 5%. So that would mean that basically you and your raid want to stack in 10 yards of your Holy Paladin. Now, of course, with raid boss mechanics and dungeon mechanics and all that kind of stuff, that's not going to work. 10 yards is not big enough. So to keep it at 10 yards, it would work now and then. Not that... It could work, you know, on those moments there is nothing going on in the raids party, people could stack up on your Holy Paladin, and that kind of would make Holy Paladins mandatory. But I think 10 yards is a little bit, if Blizzard wants to make, bring in Holy Paladin mandatory for your raid progression team, so be it, okay, I don't want to go into that discussion, but at least make the yards bigger. If you don't want to make it mandatory, keep it at 10 yards or even lower, so that people actually say, yeah, okay, in Holy Paladin gives that 5% haste, but it's only 10 yards. We can't use it that much, so forget about it. Of course, we will bring the Holy Paladin, but the aura is not. You need it to unlock this talent, but we're not. Of course, we're gonna use it when we can, but it's not going to be a game changer. So we have to wait and see how this is going to work out. I'm really interested in this, so keep an eye out on this Holy Paladins. It could change a raid setup, seriously. So now we move over to Boon of the Silver Hand. We have unlocked that one. GG. So we have our first elite talent. When you activate Avenging Wrath, an image of the Silver Hand will drop from the sky, releasing orbs of light that will heal all allies it hits. I already talked about the big hand and all that kind of stuff. Make it some big orbs as well. Cool as fuck animation. Please do. So now, where do I want to go? I want to unlock the Holy Paladin Gold Medal. Of course, I want to hear my song and my flag and fireworks and Christmas and putting a medal on my neck. Who wouldn't? So, am I going to choose Expel the Darkness, increasing the healing of Light of Dawn by 3%. Stacks out 3 times, so that's in total of 10%. Would be an option. So that increases our AoE healing. We could also pick the Light Saves. When your Beacon of Light target falls below 50% maximum health, your next heal will transfer 100% additional healing into your beacon target. So basically we have a choice here. Or we're going for it to increase our AoE heal, or we increase the strength of our beacon of light. Now correct me if I'm wrong, healers out there, but isn't this very strong for tank healing? If you're a Holy Paladin healing the melee, and especially healing the tanks, and the tanks will drop below 50% HP on more occasion hopefully than the melee or range DPS. Wouldn't this be extremely strong? So that's my guess here. I didn't play Holy Paladins as Fire of the Land, so I don't know. So pick what you want. For single target healing, the light saves is definitely a good thing. It can save somebody's life, so let's just go with that. So now we have focused healing. Reduces the cooldown of Tower of Light by 10 seconds. That's one way to get to our gold medal. And Tower of Light, I don't know if is it in the game right now. I don't know. It sounds like a new spell to me. I've never seen it before, but that could be me. And we have Share the Burden. Blessing of Sacrifice also reduces damage the target takes by 5%. So I will go for reduce the cooldown because it stacks up 3 times, and then we have 30 seconds off our of the cooldown of Tower of Light, and then we unlock our gold medal. Congratulations to all your holy paladins. You can now tell your friends and your family, yeah, that you are an Olympian. You're a gold medalist. You achieved one of the highest things to achieve in this world, yeah. Nobody can bitch about gaming, yeah, as being not good for you or you're not achieving anything. As a holy paladin, you do, yeah. Tell everybody else to fuck off. And now you have a legitimate reason to call Holy Paladin the best class in the world, okay? It's done, it's finished, it's on paper. Sorry, couldn't. Bad jokes. Couldn't resist. So now I want to move over to Protection of Tyr. But, of course I want this, but I think it would be a wise thing to increase the Healing of Light of Dawn as well. So we're gonna pick this one as well. So now our Healing of Light of Dawn is increased by 10%. So, off we go. 2 choices. Increases the duration of... sorry, I'm going too fast. Templar of the Light. Increases the duration of Aura Mastery by 1 second. I believe that's a big cooldown for Holy Paladins, if I'm right. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. So yeah. 3 seconds off that, I believe. Yeah, so that's a big thing. Or we have the damage reduction. I'm going for Aura Mastery. We already talked about this talent, so yeah. So, Templar of the Light... Aura Mastery increases the duration of Aura Mastery by 3 seconds. Very nice. So then we're going over to Knight of the Silver Hand. Reduces damage taken by 3%. So that's a survivability cooldown. Survivability talent. No problems with that. Let's pick it up. Reduces damage taken by 10% when it stacks up to 3. And then we have Protector of the Light. Divine Protection will also be applied to your Beacon of Light target. So your Beacon of Light target also gets Divine Protection. That is very strong. Even I don't remember what Divine Protection does. I'm sure it's pretty strong. Once again, I think tanks... by the look of it, Holy Paladin is going to be really strong against single target healing. It looks like they're going to be really strong for tank healing as well. So I'm kind of curious. I could be all wrong here, of course, but it kind of sounds to me like that. And I know I don't know much about Holy Paladins at all, but... all these single target heals getting buffed and getting extra protection stuff sounds like some paladins are back to tank healing again. We'll see, we have to wait and see. Could be all different, who knows. So now we have Protection of Tyr. Aura Mastery now causes Aura of Mercy, Devotion Aura and Aura of the Light to be active for its duration. Okay, so when we use Aura Mastery, we have all the other auras as well. So now we have some unfinished talents, that is Share the Burden, Blessing of Sacrifice, we already talked about that, reduces the damage target takes by 5%. And we have Increasing the Healing of Light of the Martyr, that's a new spell. But it's a straight up healing increase, so I'm gonna pick this. Because it increases the Healing of Light of Martyr by 10% when you stack it up 3 times. And then I'm going to pick Share the Burden. So there we are. This is some route you may want or may not want to take. But anyway, we had a fun look at the talents. Now, before I move over to Retry, we have some relic slots here. And in those relic slots, all the minor talents, as far as what I know, what I've read from MMO Champion, is that you can see right now that all the minor talents stack up to 3 times. Yeah, we can upgrade them 3 times. With these relics, yeah, we can give 1 minor talent for each relic slot an upgrade. So you can choose to upgrade, let's say you want to upgrade your AoE healing, you can give your Expel the Darkness, you can increase the Healing of Light by giving that talent another 2 slots. So then you can put 5 points in Expel the Darkness instead of 3. Or you say, I want to increase my single target healing and my AoE healing at the same time, so I'm gonna put 1 point into both. So with these relics, you can kind of cater to your playstyle. What is my role as class / spec, and what does need, because at the end of Legion, or at the end of the expansion, we're gonna have all talents unlocked. But until that time, we have to make choices. Now, so some talents will be not choosable. So we have to take a certain route because we did not unlock those talents. But you can upgrade the talents you have. So this can be quite beneficial. But I believe for Holy Paladin, if I looked it up right, and I can see it's not recording completely. So I'm gonna go up a little bit for you guys. As you can see, it says minor trade. Usually when you pick one, it will tell you which trade it upgrades. But these give you 20 item levels on the weapons, apparently, plus 1 rank a minor trade, but it doesn't show which trade, so I can't do anything with it. Let's go over to the uncommon. Nope, I can't. They're not finished yet. So for the Holy Paladin, they're not. But I tried to make this Paladin video yesterday 3 times and I failed. I do know they're there for the Red 3 Paladin, so I'm gonna show you guys. But just so you know, if you're just interested in Holy, with these relics you can choose to upgrade minor spells and give them more stacks than 3. So just so you know. Protection, not here yet. Let's move over to Red 3. Oh, before I do, I have to say that the Holy Paladin sounds good. I do like the talents so far, and the elite talents have a chance to be really cool visuals. So I'm really happy for you, Holy Paladins. Hope you guys are as well. So here we are at the Ashbringer. And the equip effect, and let's move over to the left. Judgment has a 35% chance to cause 4 weapons of the light to smash your target each day, dealing, well, 1 damage. That can't be right, so X amount of damage. So, keep in mind that, Jesus, I'm still not recovered, guys. What I would like to see as a visual is that we have the Ashbringer, which is lore-wise a pretty, well, it's the weapon, right? It's the Paladin weapon. I still would like to see these 4 weapons of the light to be heavy lore kind of weapons, which come to your aid. So I don't want to be small like kind of swords and maces. First of all, they need to be big, huge, and that you know shit is going on. You know your equip effect just procced. And I would like to see that those are heavy lore kind of weapons so that you actually feel the power of the Paladins and the legend of the power of the Paladins backing you up. That would be great. So that's our equip effect. Let's move over to the the mandatory talent, Wake of the Ashes. Call down the Ashbringer at the target location, dealing 500% of weapon damage, holy damage, and snaring all enemy targets within 8 yards up to 50% based on distance from the center of impact. Demon and undead creatures are stunned for 10 seconds if struck by the Wake of Ashes. Yes, please give me. That is so cool. Call down the Ashbringer at the target's location. What I want to see is a huge Ashbringer, yeah? I wanted to see it crashing down from the sky. And I want to see, again, I would like to see a meteor kind of style, that you see this Ashbringer coming down from the sky, yeah? And that he's coming down so fast that you actually see the blade catching on fire. Just like when a meteorite comes into the atmosphere of the earth catches fire, I would like to see that the tip of the blade catches fire when it comes crashing in, deals heavy shit ton of damage with the sounds to do, and all enemies within 8 yards get snared based on how close they are to the center of impact. So if they're further away from the center of impact, like on 6 yards, they get less snared than when they're 2 yards away. Still, this sounds really, really cool, and I'm so hoping for a really cool animation. That sword needs to come down, flying in, like on fire, with holy righteous fire crashing down on your enemy. Yes, give me that, now. So good, I'm so happy with that. Moving on, we need to select a elite talent. First one, I'm just going all 3 of them, and then we'll pick one. We have Divine Tempest. Ashbringer causes your Divine Storm to quickly move 20 yards in front of you, dealing damage to all enemies within this path. So we have a ranged AoE attack now. That's alright, that's cool. And I would like to see a upgraded Divine Storm. First of all, our Divine Storm is usually surrounded by the Red 3 Paladin. Most of you players will have seen it if you play WoW. You know what kind of what it looks like. It's a big golden swirl around, and for me, maybe it's just me interpreting that, but it looks to me that you have this little golden tornado surrounding you at that moment with a weapon in there dealing damage. That is how I'm interpreting that visual. I would like to see that this is a big fucking big tornado, yeah, a big holy energy tornado with the Ashbringer swirling on the outside of the tornado dealing damage. That's what I want to see. That would be really, really cool. Now over here we have Echo of the High Lord. When you use Templar's Verdict or Divine Storm, Ashbringer will mimic that action. That's fine. So when we use Templar's Verdict or Divine Storm, Ashbringer will do that a second time. So it deals more damage. You get 2 attacks for the price of 1. That's kind of how I'm reading it. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but sounds to me like that is what it does. It's not really spectacular. It's not like Divine Tempest. And then over here we have Blades of the Light. Blade of Justice will deal damage to the target an additional 1, 2, 3 times. So we don't know if it's once, twice, or 3 times. So that's a straight up, basically, damage increase. For me personally, Divine Tempest sounds the most cool. But it only, I'm not sure if this is a viable pick, of course, for single target, cleave, or AoE. We'll see. It sounds like a range cleave AoE, but it still could be used in single target if it's just strong enough. So let's move over here. Then we're going to Echo of the High Lord, and finally we'll pick Blades of Light. So we want to get to Divine Tempest first. So we have 2 choices to go to that way. We have Healing Storm. We have Healing Storm. Divine Storm now also heals allies within its radius for when it deals damage. So it's going to be X amount of healing. Because healing by 1, no, that's not happening. So Divine Storm will now heal allies. Okay. And we have Deliver the Justice. Increases damage of Blade of Justice by 5%. Well, Blade of Justice is something we're going to upgrade later on with Blades of Light. So, Deliver the Justice increases damage of Blade of Justice by 5%, stacking up 3 times. For single target, per DPS class, seems like a legitimate choice. 15% more damage. Yes, please. Let's move on. Endless Resolve. Forbearance no longer applies to you. And here's me being the noob. I didn't play Red 3. I made a Red 3 guide from Wallace the Runner. I didn't play it since then. I actually don't know what Forbearance does. From the top of my hand, I can't remember it. I'm sorry. But I made that guide for some. I put out the Red 3 guide. But I just can't remember what Forbearance does. But I didn't play it since I made that guide. I never touched the Red 3 Paladin again. So forgive me, please do. But okay, let's just go with it. I'm sure it's a good upgrade, because if it doesn't apply to you, maybe we can have a better rotation, or it will unlock something else for us. Who knows? I don't know. You guys can be the judge of me in the comments down below. Let me know what kind of a noob I am and what I'm missing out on. So now I want to move down, because I want to go to Divine Tempest first. So Wrath of the Ashbringer increases the duration of Avenging Wrath by 2 seconds. So our Avenging Wrath, those are the wings if I'm correct. And we can stack it up 3 times. So Avenging Wrath will now last for 6 seconds. So our cooldown just became longer. Yes, please. More damage. More dubs. So now we're going to Embrace of the Light. Increases the healing of Flash of Light by 5%. Stacks up 3 times. So that's 15%. Come on. Work with me here, game. Yeah, 50% increase more healing of Flash of Light. If I'm correct, it procs, right? I mean, right now in the moment you can use Flash of Light when you get a proc or something like that. Anyway, you can heal yourself. It's not a DPS upgrade. It's maybe not straight up D choice, but it gives you some minor survivability. And I'm saying minor because first you have to take damage and then heal yourself. But it always can help you out, right? And now we have Divine Tempest. Ashbringer causes your Divine Storm to quickly move 20 yards in front of you, dealing damage to all enemies within its path. Nice. Very cool. So now we're really close to our second elite talent. It's kind of sad that they're not linked up, otherwise you could go elite talent, but that would kind of be too powerful, don't you guys think? Might be. So, okay, let's see what choices we have, and we're gonna pick this one as well. Unbreakable Will. When disabled in combat for more than 2 seconds, Ashbringer will break you free. Wow, that's cool. That's actually very cool. If it gets a cool animation, that is. So when disabled in combat, so is he stunned, snared, rooted, whatever, longer than 2 seconds, Ashbringer will break you free. I just hope that it's cool animation, like your So you're rooted, snared, whatever, you're stuck. Ashbringer will go out of your hands, and then instead of being the metal blade, it will turn into a holy blade for a second, and then hits you to free you. Like, that Ashbringer is actually alive, so like, you need my holy intervene. You need that. You need my holy. You need my help. So the Ashbringer, instead of being a metal sword that would actually wound you or kill you, it will convert itself into pure holy energy, and then hit you to free you. That would be very cool. If we get some kind of visual animation like that. So yes, please give us that. It could. I don't know how good this is going to be for rating, but what the fuck? We just need. We want to go over any talent as well, so why not pick it? We have Sharpened Edge. Increases the damage of your Crusader Strike by 5%, stacks up 3 times. Of course we want that. Please do. 50% more damage of our Crusader Strike. I would pick 50% more damage over Unbreakable Will. Unless there is so much stunning, snaring and rooting going on in a raider counter, I would actually need Unbreakable Will. But yeah, just so you guys know that. So then we have Deflection, damage taken reduced by 3%, stacks up 3 times, so that's a 10% damage reduction. That's cool, more survivability is always good. People underestimate that sometimes, but the amount of damage you take, the less damage you take, especially, well, as any DPS, the better it is for you. It's just that simple. And if you have a passive that upgrades your damage reduction, that's always good, guys, don't worry about it. So Echo of the High Lord. When you use Templar's Verdict or Divine Storm, Ashbringer will mimic that action. So Ashbringer will actually also do a Templar's Verdict or Divine Storm. Nice. We got that. So now we want to move over to Blades of Light. We upgraded that son of a B, so now we want to get over there. Quickest way, let's have a look. We can increase the damage of our Judgment, or we can, so that's High Lord's Judgment, increases the damage of Judgment by 5%. We can pick that one, or we can pick Righteous Blade, increases the damage of Divine Storm by 5%. So for single target, I would go for High Lord's Judgment. So let's pick that. And then we unlock Might of the Templar. These names are pretty good, by the way. Increases the damage of Templar's Verdict by 5%, stacks out 3 times. And that's another 15% damage increase. So, now we have Protector of the Ashen Blade. Look at these names, guys. These names are so good. Reduces the cooldown of Hand of Protection by 10 seconds. Stacks up another 3 times. That's 30 seconds of the 30 seconds off the cooldown of Hand of Protection. That's pretty strong, to be honest. And now we have Blades of Justice. Blade of Justice will deal damage to the target an additional 1 to 3 times. Okay, cool. We have that. Now, choices. We have 2 unspent talents left. We have Healing Storm, which Divine Storm now also heal all allies within its radius when it deals damage. And we have that increases the damage of Divine Storm. Let's upgrade our Divine Storm. Let's do that first. It's 15% more damage for our Divine Storm. Righteous Blade, again those names. And then we'll move over to Healing Storm. So yeah, that's the pick of the Red Tree Paladin. This is a route you can take. We had a fun look at the talents, but if I'm right, if my brain is still functioning, then we have some relics. Now, as you can see, we have a big list of them, and I don't want to go all over them. I just want to show you guys. So I'm picking a rare relic, Blessed Cup of the Moon, plus 1 ranks, so we get 20 item levels, and it shows you that which talent it's going to increase. You can see the big thick golden border around the Judgment talent right now. So we get plus 1 rank High Lord's Judgment. Right now, High Lord's Judgment does 15% damage. So I can upgrade it, and now it gets 4 out of 4, and now it does 20% damage. So right here you can see we can tailor to our gameplay. We can do Protector of the Ashen Blade. We can upgrade that. Then we have reduce the cooldown of Hand of Protection by 40 seconds. As you guys can see, we can select different talents to upgrade. We can upgrade damage of Divine Storm. We can let's see. This was minor trait. Which one was this one? It doesn't. This one doesn't show up yet. So yeah, we had that one, we had that one. We have Helheim that increases the damage of our Templar's Verdict by 20% instead of 15. I'm just going over the blue ones really quick. And we have Odin's Son. Which one is that? Didn't we have that already? We can even stack that up by 5 times to 25%. So as you can see, and then the last one, Valor of the Stone Dark, we can increase the damage of Crusader Strike. So let's remove them. So now this does 20%. So you can, with these relic, you can upgrade your minor talents, and you can also use these. I can upgrade Sharpen and Edge, and again the Judgment. So basically, what you can do is pick. They're all the same, as you can see. If I go over them really quickly, the same talents I can upgrade. What you can do is you can put 2 relics, yeah, into your artifact weapon, and then you can pick 2 talents you're gonna upgrade. So if you want to upgrade your AoE, you might want to increase the damage of Divine Storm by 50%. If you want to increase your single target, you might want to increase your damage of your Crusader Strike and your Templar's Verdict. So you can pick and choose. If you have a cleave fight, like let's say the Council right now in Hellfire Citadel, you have 3 mobs. One is the first. So you have there a cleave and a single target fight, because usually the first guy of those 3 is going to die really fast. But you have some cleave there for a while, especially in the Heroic and Mythic. So maybe in that case you want to upgrade and 1 in single target and 1 in your cleave and damage. So you can cater towards what you need for your boss fight or what you're going to do in the outside world. I like that. I like it that we can pick out a lot of. We have a lot of choices. We have choices how to spec our normal talents, our artifact weapon talents, and we can cater to our artifact talents with these relics. Now I don't want to go over all the green one. I highly recommend you go to MMO Champion, or if you know the site, it's on beta.wowdb.com. You can find the artifact weapon and check out all the relics for yourself. Otherwise this video is going to be way too long. We're already 37 minutes in, and I want to cut it right here. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like my content, please subscribe to my channel. And I hope to see you guys on the next video. I'm going to try to finish up the series as quick as I can, depending on my health, is how that is going to keep up. And I'm going to finish this up. So next up going to be Priest. And don't worry about the, like right now the tank is not up, protection is not up for Paladins, and it's the same for Demon Hunter, and we're missing Feral Druid. The moment those artifact talents are up, I will make separate videos about them. Don't you guys worry, I will do them. So I'm going to finish off the series by doing all the artifact talents, and then we'll move on to all the Legion stuff. Anyways, this is Doctorian, the Disc Guy from Drenthe, wishing you all a very nice day, and I thank you guys very much for watching. It means a lot to me. Bye bye guys.